cream of the crop, Devil Dog Gaming. Step into it.
Hello everybody, it's me Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. Like I said, I think this might be the second or the first one. 2 videos in the same day. I'm sorry people, but that's when the game actually released. This is a review for Megaquarium. Megaquarium? It's called Megaquarium. And what else can I say other than the fact that it seems to me it plays like a SimCity version theme park style game centered upon you running your own aquarium. Yeah, that's right. You know what? I thought it was a weird one myself until I started playing it. So, is Megaquarium a game that you should actually pick up and play? Or is it something that you should just go diving to the bottom of the ocean and try to avoid all costs like a killer friggin' sea beast? Well, stay tuned to my review of Megaquarium to find out. Hello everybody, it's me Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Megaquarium. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to the developer and publisher of the game, Twice Circled. They are the ones who provided me with a code to actually do a game review. So first of all, thank you for the game. It is gratefully appreciated. Now, a Megaquarium was originally released all the way back on September 13th, 2018 on Steam, Windows, and Linux, but it's now finally seeing a full-fledged release on October 18th of 2019 on the PlayStation 4, the Nintendo Switch, and the Xbox One. This game, the best way to describe it is it's a theme park management game centered heavily on creating, building, and running a very successful, bustling aquarium. Now, you deal with everything in this game, from figuring out ticket prices for people to enter to your establishment, building the overall design of your area. You can build rooms, you can make it one big giant area if you choose to. You are allowed to do it, and with the different difficulty settings, it makes it to where you can turn it to easy mode to where you can just go and you still have to watch out for your money, of course, but it's not that difficult to actually build a pretty decent aquarium for people to come in and pay money and check out your fish. But what you'll do is you'll establish pretty much your location, your different aquariums that you will build, and then you stock them with different fish. You have to make sure to properly have the correct temperature of the water. You have to make sure it's balanced properly with your heaters, your filters, items in there, because depending on what fish you want in these aquariums, they have very specific requirements. Everything from some of the fish that require certain temperatures, certain food that you feed them. Naturally, much like in real world scenarios, certain fish don't get along with each other, so you'll have to make sure to watch out for some fish that will grow larger and eat your other fish, some that can get sick and die, some that just are jerks and will bully the other fish. And as you go through, you will unlock bigger and better different aquariums you can build, a bigger and better overall setup, and different fish that you actually can go and develop and unlock as you go through this adventure. You'll have to pay close attention to every aspect, including hiring people to take care of your fish and feed them on a regular basis. You can even have bathrooms, you can have food, you can have soda pop, coffee machines, everything that you want in order to run a business. And the best way to describe this is like what I said. It's like theme park, but with fish. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. I mean, the amount of detail they have in this is pretty intense. I mean, really, it's not really a fast-paced game, but at the same time, it is definitely a game that will require you to think ahead in order to actually successfully keep your patrons happy, keep your employees happy, keep the budget flowing out of the red and keep it in the black, and also to constantly be able to add and upgrade new fish and new things to your aquarium to get more prestige. Because as you get more people in and they pay more money, you will earn more prestige prestige points, which will lead to you being able to unlock new fish and new items along the way as you level up. Hands down, I'd have to say this is not what I expected. This is really not what I expected. But I can fortunately say, other than it can be slightly overwhelming at first with all your options, but once you figure it out with the plus pad on the PS4, pressing to the left pretty much brings your main menu of being able to craft your areas, place your fish, place your filters, and stuff like that. It'll have like your basic setup on your right hand side as you go through your campaign mode. That'll tell you like, okay, in order to get the next level, you need to build so many tanks, have so many kinds of fish in them, have them evolve, have them grow, and stuff like that. I mean, the campaign mode is very well done, and it has many different difficulty settings. So if you find it too easy and not challenging enough, you can bump the difficulty setting up. I mean, you have to pay close attention to every single little thing you do in this game, even down to like vendors that you can contact to be able to buy new fish that you want to put in. I mean, honestly, it was overwhelming at first, but as I got the hang of it, it was actually a pretty fun little game. I mean, there are some aspects on it that I am disappointed with, like the overall aesthetic of the place you build is kind of bland looking, but it gets the job done for what this game is, honestly. And the characters that come in, they look like Nintendo Mii characters, okay? So they're not realistic looking. They're very cartoony, bobblehead looking characters. But in the end, that's not really a detriment to this game. I found it very entertaining in terms of the amount of simplicity it seems to have, but the amount of complexity it has in terms of paying close attention to every single need of your fish, the temperature of the water, the placement of the tanks, how you place them, the overall structure of how you build your aquarium to allow people to come in. And if you're worried about that, it also has a sandbox mode. Then you can have different settings set to where if you just want to have unlimited money, have everything unlocked right from the start, and just goes total balls to the wall in terms of building the most giant, elaborate, complex aquarium that you want to have, you can do it. You just have to pay close attention to the needs and the wants of the sea creatures that you plan to have in your tanks. Naturally, if you have a stingray, there's other things you can't have. You got to make sure, like if you're going to put in like squids or some other creature, some of them need to hide, so you got to make sure to have the proper rocks and other things for them to be able to hide under. And in the end, it has a lot of robust stuff to it, and for a rather simplistic setup of how you control it, it plays very easily. I had no problems in figuring it out in about 5 minutes, and honestly, it was actually quite fun. I didn't realize how much time I had spent playing this game until I realized, holy crap, there went about 5 hours with me just custom tweaking, custom building. I didn't like the way my building was, so I demolished it, rebuilt it with certain areas. Like I had one area that just had certain kinds of fish in it, another area where it was like all the snacks and seats for people to sit down and relax. And in the end, I would have to say Megaquarium turned out to be a lot better game than I actually expected. And honestly, when it releases here on October 18th, I can actually say if you are a fan of SimCity or Theme Park, or the other games, keep in mind this may not have as much overall detail in terms of every single aspect to it, but it's got more than enough to scratch your itch if you're into these sandbox theme park style management simulation games. In the end, I actually can recommend it, and once again, a big huge shout out to the development team and the publisher, Twice Circled, for providing me with a copy of the game to do this review. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Hit the bell icon to stay updated whenever I release any new videos. Hit that like icon if you like this video or not. Leave a comment below. I love answering each and every one of your comments, and I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.